All right, Festa, this Croc story is nuts. And then it turns out I have another, just coincidentally, I have a Crocs-related story. I'm talking about the low-rent footwear, which
The most comfortable footwear in the history of mankind.
All right, I've never had a pair. I've never even tried Crocs on.
I can't believe we're even friends.
All I know is that I have so many medical professionals that have either contacted me or friends that I know, ER docs, RNs.
Who's contacted you?
Listen,
hey, MJ, this is your friend, the ER doc. You know, those Crocs.
Listen, I know several ER docs. We've had docs and nurses call us, it's docs about Crocs, because the amount of injuries that come into ERs and hospitals because of injuries with Crocs. However, Fester has an unbelievable story, and Fester is swearing that the Crocs saved the situation.
I believe so.
All right, what happened?
All right. So, we've covered the story about my wife getting rear-ended by this crazy Uber driver a couple of weeks ago.
Yep, and she's being represented by the Kemp Law Group.
Yes.
Accident or fall, gets smashed by an Uber, you call Kemp Law.
So the Tesla, which sustained $6,800.
Oh, it's gone up now.
Yeah. Now that they got it in the guy who looked at it.
Now he's taking it apart.
He said $4,000. Then he took it apart. $6,800 in repairs.
Oh, yeah. Her neck damage just went up as well. All right. Yeah.
Anyway, it's in the shop.
What's
now.
the opposite of the bankrupt sound on Wheel of Fortune? We need instead of the whoop, we need the whoop. That's what we need. Yeah, that's what we need.
It's that, and Tesla has a collision center in town. I don't know exactly where it is, but Allison went there, dropped off the Tesla, I think, on Thursday.
So the $4,000 damage estimate has now climbed to $6,800.
That was just an estimate for the real number is like 68.
Wow.
So it's at their facility. They're going to work on it. It's going to take about a week and a half to get it done. So we get a rental. I've been in golf carts that are bigger than this rental.
Oh, so wait a minute. Your insurance company gave you a crappy rental allowance?
Not mine. The Uber's insurance. I think Uber's covered under an umbrella.
Then you tell them no, that they need to provide your wife with a car that is similar to what the freaking Uber driver smashed into.
I wasn't there. Allison picked it up. You know, she's not. This is your car. Okay, you took the car. I'm not going to mention what kind of car it is, but it's a small car. And Allison's unfamiliar with driving it.
All right. What do you mean? A steering wheel? You got a gas pedal and a brake.
You know how your car works. And if you drove this car, you'd be like, okay, this is a very different experience.
Yeah.
Every day, the big fight between the kids is who's going to sit in the front seat, who's going to sit in the back
seat.
Yeah. The big kid.
Yeah.
The whole, adults, we say shotgun,
yeah.
or if you're teenagers, it's like,
shotgun, right.
Yeah, but I don't know if your 8 and 13-year-old know shotgun yet.
They know it all.
I don't know what adult actually says shotgun anymore either.
I do. Shotgun.
I do. Shotgun. I do.
Because it's so important to you to ride in the front. I know.
I don't like. If I'm riding in a car and I'm not driving. First of all, I'm such a control freak. I really want to drive everywhere.
I don't ever want to be in a situation when I'm not driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I'm not driving, I don't want to be in the back.
So when is this?
Shotgun.
I know. I'm not sure when you sound like a toddler.
Shotgun.
I sound like a toddler.
Shotgun.
Right,
it sounds like such a 13-year-old
right?
thing. Right?
Thank you, Fester.
So what happened?
So we just got the kids off of a 1-month probation of nobody sits in the front seat. Yes. Both of your asses are in the back.
Everyone's driving Miss Daisy like.
Right. But now we're in this shoe of a car. I mean, there are actual Air Jordan sneakers larger than this
Can
vehicle.
you even fit in the car?
I tried to drive it, and it tipped over like Fred Flintstone. Like, boink! I was like, help! Yeah. I was pinned in there. Hadley's day to sit in the front. Hudson somehow decided he wanted to be super polite brother and cut in front of her and get the door for her. Because the mommy pulls the car out of the garage, the kids get in.
Yeah.
That's how it works every day. Hudson gets in front of her to get the door. Hadley thinks Hudson is sniping in front of her to get the front seat.
Yeah. Oh, no.
So she kind of gives Hudson a shove. Hudson takes a step back.
Oh.
Mommy is still rolling into position to pick up the kid. And she runs over Hudson's foot.
Oh,
no.
With this car that weighs like 140 pounds.
Oh, so luckily you have
super light car.
Luckily you have a wafer thin little like balsa wood car, And maybe, the light, tiny little rental car that they gave you because the Uber driver smashed into your wife's Tesla? So the light car on top of what?
On top of Hudson's Croc.
So you think that the cushy Croc also prevented injury?
Now, she didn't park on his foot. She didn't park the. That would have really.
She drove over it?
She drove over the toe portion of the foot, not the bridge of the foot, not where all the connections are.
Again, why is she moving?
She pulls the car out of the driveway.
Yeah.
And the kids get in on their side of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's how it works every day.
Is she listening now?
Yes,
that time.
yes or no. I don't know. I mean,
I know exactly what happened because that would have happened in my house.
but Hadley kind of,
Yeah.
you're not familiar with the car. You
Yeah.
know where the spacing is. The kids know to stay back when
Yeah.
mommy's moving. But Hadley might have gave him a gentle shove
Right.
because she was.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Are the kids in the car?
No, I just dropped them off.
Son of a... Really?
Yeah, they both start school already.
Oh, I
so
wanted,
they
I wanted to
are
hear
out.
them. Who had the front seat today, or they both had the back?
Hudson had the front seat, but then Hadley got in the front seat after we dropped off Hudson.
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
good.
Created quite the controversy.
It's such a big deal, this stupid front seat. If I could take the front seat out and just have the car look like a NASCAR vehicle with one front seat, I'd be fine with that.
What is the car that she's driving? Why won't you tell me what it is?
It's a roller skate with a sewing machine of an engine. It's horrible.
Okay, hold on. It's a perfectly fine vehicle for some people.
Yeah, absolutely. No. It's a great car for some people. It's just when you're trying to fit kids in there and you're driving and you have, book bags and stuff like that, before you know it, the whole thing's filled and people are on top of each other and
All right.
they're
Or
fighting.
Allison, what if you have a morbidly obese husband?
That didn't go too well.
Yeah.
So he kind of was a little car.
Oh, that's festive.
You know the little arm divider where you put your arm in?
Yeah.
That was as big as those crackers they give you on a Delta flight. I mean, it was like that big. I'm like,
Like Biscuits?
yeah, that's how big the armrest was. I'm like, I thought it was a joke.
I can't believe you ran over his foot, Allison. That's crazy.
It was something I didn't realize. They were fighting so much. He started crying, so I thought she punched him. And so
No, she didn't punch him. You ran over his foot. Luckily, the car you're driving weighs 9 pounds.
Yeah,
And that he was wearing Crocs.
yeah. So it rolled over like the tip of his
Toe.
Crocs.
Yeah.
And so what it did, it kind of pushed and smushed the rubber down. So the rubber in the Croc smushed his toe, but I don't think it actually had tire to toe.
No, of course not. The rubber protected his toe from the tire, but the rubber absorbed the impact of the weight of the tire.
If this were a heavier car, if this were a heavier sedan or let's say a truck.
Our Tesla is a very heavy vehicle. That battery is
that's right.
heavy, low center of gravity vehicle.
Yeah.
Every time you watch Wham Bam Tesla Cam on YouTube, you'll see that the Teslas don't flip over because they have that low center of gravity.
Yeah, if you were driving the Tesla and you ran over Hudson's foot, it might have been squished thin like a wheat thin.
Yeah, he would have been pretty mad.
Yeah.
like the Pope's communion wafer.
Oh, yeah, like a wafer thin communion deal.
Waffle thin.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Allison. I'm glad it didn't.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
So we attribute the Crocs to saving Hudson's foot. Or at least from him having 3 broken toes, which would be the sucky way to start summer. School's over, another week and a half?
Oh, my
hang on a sec.
gosh.
Hang on. We have another call. Mom ran over this woman's foot.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
Hi, my name is Therese.
What is it?
Therese.
Oh, Therese. Hey, Therese, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. So what happened?
Hi. Yes, first-time caller, long-time listener, going back to way back in the 90s.
Yeah,
anyway,
well, thank you.
So I was 8 years old, about 4th grade. My mom had to drop me off at home. She was in a hurry to leave. So she actually ran over my foot as I was getting out of the car. And then I screamed, not because I was in pain, but I was in shock she did it. And then she backed over my foot, believe it or not.
You didn't move your foot?
Oh, wow.
What's that?
You didn't move, and that's what Hudson said to her. He said that I was shocked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I said,
apparently I was in shock. Luckily, there's no damage or anything because I was at the time it was the style to wear like construction style boots. So I was wearing these heavy duty boots. And I guess that saved my foot. But the fact that I can't believe she ran my foot over twice and I survived.
That's incredible. Thank you for the story. And now I have another Croc story. So even before Fester sent me an email last night about what happened with Hudson's foot, his son, and the Crocs, and him getting run over, and he thinking the Crocs saved his foot, I found another item.
about how great they are. About
Listen,
the best shoe
listen.
you could possibly buy.
Listen, so this is out of Tennessee.
Tennessee.
No, you don't need to do that.
Oh,
Listen.
are we done with that?
No. Robert Hoskins, an MJ Morning Show listener, sent me this over the weekend. Tennessee.
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 So, a listener sent me this.
I love that.
So any story that we have from Tennessee, Fester and I have always done Tennessee.
Tennessee.
So we've done that based on the Arrested Development song Tennessee. And Robert Hoskins, an MJ Morning Show listener, sends me this. He pulled it off the podcast. Tennessee.
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 Tennessee. Is that great?
See?
That's fantastic.
And for the true comedic geniuses in the audience, MJ is the straight man, and I'm the guy that says it all stupid.
All right, by the way, people are complaining
Why?
because the whole Walmart watch for falling prices, that was my bit. I invented that, and you ripped that off from me last week.
So?
All right, so hold
I don't honor copyrights or proprietary.
Hold on. Hold on. We'll get into that later on. Dude, just stop.
Okay.
I gotta get
All right.
I gotta get
Do
this.
your Croc story.
I gotta get that. I gotta get one other thing, and then we gotta give away the $1,000 before the 7:00 hour runs out.
All right, we got a lot going on.
All right, so the second story from Tennessee, a mother credits her 3-year-old daughter's Crocs with saving her foot from a freak accident with a lawnmower now. A Tennessee mom has sworn by Crocs and says that her children will now wear Crocs forever because she says that these foam slides saved her 3-year-old daughter's foot, maybe her life. Allison Dorton, 33, said that her youngest daughter, Sophia, was frolicking in her backyard while her father was mowing the lawn on May 7th when out of nowhere the little girl tripped and fell. Sophia's foot got caught in the self-propelled lawnmower before her dad sprinted to the daughter's side, called 911, and luckily her daughter's Croc got lodged in the blades, grinding them to a halt. So she's claiming that the Croc saved her daughter's foot from the lawnmower in, you know where? Tennessee. Yep.
Tennessee.
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 Tennessee. Oh, man, I got to hurry here. Aliana in Port Charlotte wants to get in. Hello, Aliana, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, good morning. It's Aliana.
Oh, Aliana, welcome. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It always gets the joke. But long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you. A lot of that.
I'm a nurse, and I wear Crocs to work. And one day I was in the recovery room, and I had a patient that wanted to leave, and he went ahead and left and ran me over with his motorized scooter. And thankfully, I was wearing Crocs, and the Crocs saved my foot from being crushed.
Yeah, those motorized
Look at
scooters
that,
weigh
yeah.
hundreds of pounds, and they have those small little
Yeah,
tires.
they sure do.
Yeah.
They'll crush
And
your
it was a
toes.
big man.
Look at that. Well,
It was a big man.
a big man on a scooter.
Crocs are really
Yeah.
workplace safety shoes.
Well, and I definitely said it. Thank God for my Crocs, because if I was in sneakers, he would have definitely crushed.
Wow.
my foot.
Aliana, thank you for calling in. Thanks for listening.
This is amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks for being a
Have a good day,
long time,
guys.
first time. Have a good one. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you liked it. Go ahead and click, share, subscribe, all this stuff.